Alright everyone, Supreme Kami over here, and today we are going to be taking a look at one of the best ever made warfare suit over here. So we got ourselves the Danazine over here. So in terms of this warfare suit over here, so in terms of why this is a very popular one, just because there's so many kit bash opportunity that you can do with this one over here, because this one is supposedly like a dragon-like mobile suit from the vegan, like from the H series over here. So throughout this last week over here, I have seen so many people doing custom kit bash with this one, and they're really good. Like there's definitely a lot of those like dragon type builds. So you have like your from Yu-Gi-Oh, like blue as white dragon, red as black dragon, and then something like from, let's say, from Pokemon, for example, right? You have people doing Charizard, you have people doing maybe like a Tyranitar from what I saw. So there's so much customability with this kit over here. So that is definitely one of the best things that this warfare unit have done for this week over here. In terms of overall stat, we can see that the stat is actually not too shabby at all. So let me do kind of dive down and see what we are looking at max out. I only have them at level 90 at the moment. I don't think I'll put in the extra effort into getting level 99 anytime soon. But in terms of overall stat, we can see that the armor is actually quite good. Shot attack really good as well. It's pretty high for a warfare, and then shot defense is not too shabby. And then in terms of EX skill, we have a beam shooter over here, so pumping out a B power already. So that is a very powerful iteration of something that we typically don't get in terms of the head part. So that is quite good to see. This B power, so if and whenever this one does gets an alteration, so it should be sitting around B plus power, I will have to assume. So it should be a very powerful attacker nonetheless. Alright, moving on to the torso, and this portrait right here, I might have to do another re-explanation of this one over here. So shout out to Redditor from the Gundam, or from, I think it's just Gundam Battle, right? The one from Reddit. So this portrait was tested again by CF18 on there. So basically what this actually means, like from different interpretation, what I thought it was simply like more or less to counter, let's say, tanky build whatsoever, because it's simply enemy shooting cut by 25%. But what this actually means, I obviously did my own testing afterward. So this one actually is just another power boosting by enemies. I don't know why they went ahead and made a very confusing phrase of that. But I believe if you do change up your language, for example, if you have Japanese, so you change it to like in Chinese texting, I believe the meaning is a little bit more easy to understand from the English version of it. I'm not even sure why they just simply is very vague in this portrait. They need to do a better job in terms of explaining these kind of portrait and not have us trying to find out, because that's just not good. So in terms of this one, it's simply more or less like another power boosting trait right here. So what I have done in terms of my own testing, so basically what I did, I basically don't even have this portrait. So this portrait is actually from the Galleon over here. So what I did in my initial testing, I did something like I just want to find out what is like the base value of any EX skill that I'm using from here. So I'm actually using EX skill like the one we have seen from the Danazine, like the head EX skill, and then maybe the back EX skill. So I did like a raw run with that with no portrait, and then I did one with just this one. So simply after using this portrait, I was able to get a slightly higher number. So that is a very alarming thing for me right out the bat. And then after that, I took away this portrait, and then I used this one over here. So this one is something we normally see, just a regular EX skill power boosting. So basically shot down one enemy, and then I immediately procced it at 17%. So that is literally roughly about the same damage as I would if I had this on. So with that testing there, this allowed me to say this is actually like another power boosting trait right there. So yeah, it's just the wording is it's just so confusing that you have to do literally have to do your own testing to find that out. But yeah, so that is literally, we've been seeing this for the last couple of suits already. So yeah, they're actually pretty good. So I just want to apologize right now, because like I definitely messed up, because I thought they were like a different meaning, but turns out it's just another power boosting. But alright, so moving onwards, so we have the arm right there. So in terms of arm wise, the stat is actually not too bad either. So you guys can see that the shot attack is quite good. Shot defense is a little bit on the low end here, unfortunately right there. But in terms of the EX, it's just gonna be a regular beam Vulcan, so it's pumping out a A2AD power right there. Okay. So moving on to the legs, so this one is actually not bad. So we got the Danazine and cannon right there. So B plus piercing, and then C minus power. so it's not bad. So with a proper alteration, maybe like later down the road for whatever reason that we will have it, it should be pumping out to maybe like a B plus power, so it should be powerful afterward. So armor is pretty good, and then shot attack and shot defense is quite high as well, so no complaints on that. And then last but not least, we have the backpack. So the backpack is not really pumping out anything special. The shot attack is quite on the average side. Defense is definitely on the lower end tier, but armor is definitely among the high one for sure. Portrait is just not too good, so this one is simply like an EXQ piercing boost by 23%, so not too special right there. So overall, in terms of the Danazine, it's actually quite good. Just in terms of the appearances, the customability is definitely quite high for this one, so not too bad for sure. Alright, so let me now claim my bingo set and see what we can get. I will have to say this week around there should be a little bit of a cut in terms of what we should be getting, just because there's only 5 parts, so that is as expected for sure. So all the parts getting done right there, getting that check mark. Alright, so let me do pick up everything and then do our usual, the premium ticket summoning, and see what we can get. Alright, in terms of the awards, we definitely got a little bit of a cut for sure. So only 60 million capitals back, so okay. Definitely a big cut for sure. So that's gonna be pretty much it in terms of the bingo set. So this one is definitely the most important thing. This one, the premium ticket for sure, and then some of the other one as well. So that's gonna be pretty much it right here. So let me go over to the capsule page and do my summoning right now. I don't think I'm gonna expect anything too good from this session as well. Probably just one. I'm just gonna expect one Sokai suit, or like a Sokai 2. It's probably Sokai suit, or maybe Gundam Fest, and then pretty much it. Let's see. Alright, go animation obviously. No, I think it's gonna be Sokai parts, not a Gundam Fest part. Let me see if I'm correct on that. Or let me see if I remember which specific banner is from. That's the most important question. Alright, another purple portion. Okay, that was the crossbone right there. Alright, another purple part. This one is the Atlantic Sea. Okay, and what is it? Ooh, this one should be the S attribute. So this one is a Gundam. Oh no, this one is a Soul Guard Trooper. Okay, guessed it right. So this one is the OG twin buster rifle. I don't even have the L badge, but this one can't even alterate it, unfortunately. So this one is a rolling buster, so obviously a very powerful weapon to be using in arena specifically. So not bad. Definitely something I will take for sure. So that's gonna be pretty much it in terms of the summoning right now. So let me hop into some testing because I do want to see how those EXQ perform. So I'll be right back. Alright, so hopping into the match right here. So I always like these Vegas unit over here because you guys can see those purple effects, so they're looking very good. So alright, let me be back here slightly with there. So not bad overall. I just want to test out the range real quick after this, right? Alright, get these out of the way. Like I just always like when you do flying whatsoever, you can see those kind of purpley effects. They look quite good actually. Wait, where's the one in the center? Hello? Okay, there you go. So let's see what the range is actually. So I'm not gonna activate the limit break. Obviously, if you do activate the limit break, you will be able to get twice as much range that we're looking at right now. So obviously not quite there. So what about this one? This one definitely not. This one even shorter. So activate this right here, and this one should. Ooh, oh yeah. You guys already know activating that limit break means you are able to virtually just hit everything. So that is literally the beauty of having that. So this one is not gonna get through just because it is located a little bit downward. Like, yeah. So the size and the height of your gunpla does actually matter in terms of where you're hitting. So this one does not even reach. Oh, because my limit break went out. I mean, overall they do look really good actually. Like in terms of the shot that we're looking like. This one definitely I would not say have that much power. How many hits are we getting? Like roughly about 3 hits, so not really that great, and the power wise definitely not too hot. This one definitely having a lot of like, I'm pretty sure this one, the beam Vulcan from the arm is definitely quite good actually. What about this one? Alright, wait, what is the damage on this one? Like around 60 to like 50,000, so alright, not bad. Because that one is, I believe, is B power, so that's why it's just a lot more better in general. And this one, I believe, what is it? Let me see. This one is just roughly about, yeah, this one is like 1/5 of what we can do from the beam shooter over here. So yeah, definitely you guys can see that the power differences does make a very big difference right there for sure. Alright, so I'm gonna wipe out these folks over here. So I think overall they are really good in terms of what they're shooting out. There's definitely some good utility magazine type EX skill that you can potentially use in, let's say, battle circuit. I'm definitely sure if we ever get another rotation of, let's say, advanced beam mode, for example, those are definitely something you want to use because you do have what, how many rounds that you can definitely get a good rotation of them because they are really good in terms of like how fast they can recharge. Obviously, I have them in my cooldown reduction type build, but if you just have it regularly, they should recharge in what, 21 seconds. So you should still be really good in terms of using them in, let's say, battle circuit, for example. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it in terms of the showcase for the Danazine over here. So a very good customization suit right there. So I'm expecting still people will want this suit eventually, like later down the road for sure. But with that being said, that's going to be pretty much it, and I'll catch you guys out on the next one.